Good day, all. It's Tuesday, the 25th, 2025, the 25th of November. It's been a while since I've posted a video, but today I want to express my surprise, my shock. Just observing over this time, there's an elephant in the room, and nobody's saying anything about it. Well, that's my perception. It's like we're going through the same procedure as 2020. People talk about the sudden death syndrome. This thing about people suddenly dying at young ages. We're seeing it in social media. We're seeing it in our own observations around us. And nobody's saying anything about it. And I spoke about the digital ID, I think the beginning of October. But yeah, we are again. That, to my shock and surprise, several countries have launched some form of the digital ID. And it's not only just Britain. When Starmer announced about a month ago about this digital ID, it all started off with the barcode, then moved to the QR codes, and now we're talking about digital IDs. And did you notice how important the app on your phone has become? That to access quite a lot of things in society, they are now introducing on a bigger scale the use of the app. And this is all, as I said before, designed to conscientize us, to make us comfortable with this new system. But ultimately, the system leads to the beast system, where there's control of everybody through their own information and giving them social scores and controlling them. So I'm shocked. I'm actually surprised that people are so unaware of what's happening. There's no talk about it. Even ministers of religion. I'm not in every church to know what's going on, but the general feeling is that just as in 2020, the ministers did not say anything then, and they're not saying anything about this process. It's business as usual. There's no discussions, there's no debates. They keep congregants sedated with the usual messages, of the gospel. Yes, the gospel is important, but the word of God also wants people to be prepared for what the enemy is doing. The enemy is basically comfortable and banking on this gradual acceptance, this gradual desensitizing of the population to what it's actually doing. In Matthew 24, verse 37, I think it is, Jesus Christ himself said, just as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be at the time of the coming of man. That's when he returns. People will be eating and drinking, giving in marriage, etc. So basically saying life will go on as normal, that everything will be as, everybody's doing their own thing, comfortable in doing what is normally done in society with no awareness, no talk, no debate, no reference to what is actually happening. That happened in the time of Noah, and it's happening today, because, as I said, even the ministers of religion don't warn people about this gradual or this radical changes that affected everybody. That was the case of COVID-19, and it's now the case also with the digital ID. So I want to just express my shock and surprise that this process is happening yet again. There's no talk about the digital ID or even this process of actually preparing people for the digital ID that's coming to most countries. I was actually surprised to discover that it's not only a few countries, it's quite a lot of countries are actually gearing in to introduce the digital ID. You know, remember the queues, how people accepted the shot, what we call the jab or the juice in the arm, out of fear that the authorities carried over to the people to make them willing participants in that process. You know, do you remember how the queues were there to get the jab, and how they gave incentives like free burgers and other things to incentivize people to want to take the jab? And remember the social distancing, the masks, the temperature readings at the entrances to shops and buildings, etc. And then, of course, what followed the mandates. The mandates that became like compulsory for people in certain workplaces, and they were moving fast with that. And then suddenly, you know, it sort of stopped, and people are not required to be jabbed as if they were forced to be as in that time. So just take note of this. It's something that you need to take note of. There's many people that are warning now about this, bringing awareness, but unfortunately, I think there's a huge section of the population is not even aware of the sudden death syndrome and the what we call the vaccine accidents. People don't want to talk about it. It's that elephant in the room. So have a thought about that, because it's very important. And have a great day further.